Welcome to My Brother's Review, the movie podcast where we break down what we consider to be the biggest and best films ever made. I'm Britt.
Hi, Brian.
Now, I like movies, but my brother here lives and breathes them. He's our resident cinematic expert, he's a total film buff, and he also happens to have Down syndrome, which means he sees the screen with a different perspective than you and I will ever get anywhere else. If you're listening today and would rather watch this as a podcast with subtitles, visit our YouTube channel at My Brother's Review. And while you're over there, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Look at you. Your hair is getting so long.
I know.
Did you shave too?
Oh yeah, I saved.
Yeah. You look so smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, because my vacation,
hmm
Pennsylvania, my hair, my face is growing so fast.
Oh, did you forget to take your razor on your
Yeah,
vacation? Yeah.
I forgot it.
Yeah. And then you got all shaggy.
Yeah,
Yeah. You guys took a road trip out there, right?
yeah. It'd be a long drive.
Oh my gosh, yeah. From Colorado. It took you like 2 or 3 days to get out there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez, Louise. Well, didn't you also go to you went to the Football Hall of Fame or the NFL Hall of Fame or something like that?
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
Did you get anything from there?
Or you get two t-shirts.
What was your favorite part of your trip?
Well, my favorite is the haunted place.
You went to a
It,
haunted place?
yeah, it's like inside,
Uh-huh.
like jail cell.
It was a jail cell?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it's like you say, ghosts and spirits
hmm
will come out on middle night. We go there, look around, probably cool stuff down there.
Did you see any
So,
ghosts?
no, really.
Aw, shucks. Not really.
Yeah.
Did you
If
did
I
you
did, I run away.
what movie are we gonna dive into today?
We're talking about Toy Story number 5.
So this just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Did you see it like on the first day it came out?
Um, yeah, actually, I seen it like after they would come out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did.
Yeah. I think we saw it like a week after it came out.
Awesome.
So anybody listening today, this will be a spoiler podcast if you have not seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
So probably should watch the movie first before you listen to the podcast, unless you don't mind the spoilers and just want to listen to us anyways.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. So, what did you think about Toy Story 5, Brian?
Well, I love that movie. Exactly like the first one.
hmm
And so it's a different um toys and they um still save the world for having small kids to play. They we wait until for in the middle in the movie. You know where your child has an iPad,
Yeah.
like Lily Pad.
Uh-huh.
So the kid named Bunny, she had Lily Pad
Yeah.
and she's zoned out because she's like something new.
hmm
Play with her toys because someone named Rudy, he showed up to the house and was say hi to his toys back again.
Yeah. Right, because in Toy Story 4, which I thought was going to be the last one, but it wasn't,
Yeah.
Woody decided to leave. He's living as a wild toy with Bo Peep and the gang.
Yeah,
But he's like they're doing something. I don't know what they're doing outside, but it seems like they're some sort of group that maybe rescues stranded toys or something like that.
yeah. So Rudy, he's not actual Rudy.
Hmm.
So I figured out about he was actually like a villain. Not exactly, but because he's a repaint him for his eyes turn blue. So all Rudy eyes is brown.
Wait, what?
He's exactly kind of villain, but not exactly.
Okay.
But he's on a different toy, that's all.
Are you saying his eyes were blue?
Yeah, because he
Let me Google
repaint.
this.
Noticed that Woody has blue eyes. In Toy Story 5, no one realized he was a fake.
Wow, that's really fascinating. So there's something going on with Woody's eyes. Woody's eyes apparently are blue in Toy Story 5, which I did not notice at all. Well, there's some other things that are different with Woody too in Toy Story 5. Like he's obviously getting older, right?
Yeah, because his behind his head,
Yeah,
because of his actually that's my favorite part actually.
it was really funny.
Yeah, like like your old man Rudy had one bald spot.
Yeah, yeah. The paint on his on the back of his head is starting to rub off, so it looks like he has a bald spot. And it's
Yeah,
like it's all shiny and he keeps blinding the other toys with it because it's so shiny.
yeah, that's right.
So Toy Story 5 really focuses on Jessie. It has Woody and Buzz in it, of course. I feel like Jessie, the cowgirl, is kind of the main character in this story, which is really cool. I really like to see the focus on Jessie in this movie.
Yeah. So that back in Jesse's storyline
Yeah.
in part two of the Toy Story, she's actually I figured out by Jesse, she lost to her the playmaster.
Yeah.
So you remember Andy, right?
Hmm.
So now, so that's Andy's mom.
Yeah.
She's growing up, so she played Jesse
Oh,
because she's had a red cowboy hat.
wait. So Andy's mom was Jesse's first owner?
That's right.
Dude.
She, she was a teenager, so
Okay.
she had two kids
Uh-huh.
in the first movie.
Yeah.
So like Molly and Andy. That's
Hmm.
it.
Hmm. Andy and Molly. And oh my gosh, Brian, you're so good at figuring this out. Look at that. In Toy Story 2, we're introduced to Jessie the cowgirl. And then we find out that Jessie the cowgirl had an owner before Andy. Um, and of course, all the movies are about the owners growing up. Um, and eventually they don't need their toys anymore. So Jessie was donated by her first owner, who you found out was actually Andy's mom.
Yes,
Because why?
because I saw her see spare time outside play,
Yeah.
not tires ring,
Yeah.
and she's actually get Jesse now outside, and she's Jesse is so sad
Hmm.
about her. So
Jessie was really heartbroken when she was donated that first time. It really messed her up. And
yeah,
then she eventually in Toy Story 4, Andy grew up and donated the toys to Bonnie.
yeah,
So Bonnie is Jesse's third owner,
yeah.
if you don't count the chicken guy.
The actually chicken guy, he's not interested with toys because he want to be get the toys with him because he put the toys in the museum in
Yeah.
London.
So he
So
wasn't really playing with the toys. So the toys didn't really have like a connection with him like they do with the kids.
yeah,
So it was a little bit different. So getting back to Toy Story 5, now Bonnie is Jesse's owner, Bonnie's starting to grow up a little bit. And we
Yeah,
see that with the introduction of the lily pad. This is where Jessie really starts to kind of get really anxious that she's going to be abandoned again by another one of her owners.
yeah, yeah,
She's really upset about the lily pad.
yeah.
She really wants Bonnie to make friends. And so Bonnie's parents get her this lily pad, hoping that Bonnie can connect with some friends online. And then it turns out this first set of friends who Bonnie connects with, they end up bullying her, which is a very real thing online. Jessie witnesses this happening to Bonnie, and Jessie then thinks that technology is evil. And she says, see, this is why we can't have
Actually,
technology.
yeah, actually, exactly like that. But actually, like not exactly like Bonnie. Actually, she's 6 hours with his friends first
Mhm.
before she got that. She want to play with toys, and she was toys in the garage. So she thinks you get donate toys.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And actually, Needy Pal figured out about Jesse's thing, when like you said about upset about the new iPad toy.
Yeah.
She just ran away from her with Bullseye, the horse, and she's been unknown for a while
Mhm.
until find other new toy. Cannon O'Brien
Yeah.
plays as Smarty Pants.
Yeah, the smarty pants. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So the lily pad is able to connect to these other older devices, is able to figure out where Jesse is by being able to connect to, I guess, these other devices that Blaze had. Blaze is the other girl on the farm. So long story short, the lily pad and the other older toys were able to connect and figure out a scheme to get Bonnie and Jesse back together.
yeah.
But it took a while.
Yeah, so Bonnie almost accidentally forgot Lily Pad with her, and after that, she's a friend with Lily Pad, like a remix, like you remember the song, "The Friend in Me."
Yeah.
So the same thing with Lily Pad between with Jessie. So my favorite part is that Lily Pad and other toys flies with other buzz.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah. From beginning that movie, Buzz, he figured out other toys that connecting Buzz Lightyear's with him. So
Yeah. So in Toy Story 5, there's new Buzz Lightyears introduced. Um, and these Buzz Lightyears are drones. They have drone capacity, so they can fly, which comes in handy, and it saves the other toys eventually. But I feel like in every other Toy Story movie, there's always a new Buzz character introduced, which is kind of cool. So Toy Story 2, there's all the Buzz Lightyears
the Alice farm.
in
Yeah.
Owl's Farm, right? Toy Story 3, that's when they're at the daycare. It's
But
not really a new Toy Story, but or a new Buzz Lightyear, but they switch his settings to
like with the other just one Buzz, like
yeah,
two of them.
yeah,
So you remember Zurg, he's saying about I'm your father.
yeah.
So the other Buzz says, okay.
Okay.
And
Uh,
now, starting in part five, Buzz Lightyear connecting with those guys
mhm.
because he need other toys back to the Bonnie's house,
Yeah,
like in the movie, like close to it, and that they need fly.
they have
So
to fly to get to Blaze's house to save Jesse.
yeah, that's right. So Jesse's at a farm with other kids, and she's trying play with Bonnie with the toys
Yeah.
with the iPad. So now Lady Pad and Jesse they became friends.
Because Jesse realized that Lilypad isn't a threat. Lilypad actually helped Bonnie gain some confidence and find a new friend with Blaze, and they can connect online and they can still play toys
Yep.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the character of Blaze. She's a really sweet girl. She's kind of got like wild heart, and she really is patient with Bonnie, which Bonnie needs because Bonnie is pretty shy.
Yeah.
Bonnie kind of actually reminds me of my own daughter. She's very shy, just like Bonnie. So Blaze in the movie invites Bonnie to play a few times, and Bonnie's too shy and she's nervous. But then
Yeah.
finally, Bonnie starts playing with her. And then they become really good friends. But it takes a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's all you know about Rudy.
I thought Toy Story 5 was, I really liked it. Um,
Me too.
there are a lot of people who didn't really like it. Um, but honestly, Toy Story 5 is probably one of my favorite Toy Stories. I thought it was really great to have Jessie as the main character. Um, it was cool to see the introduction of technology. Um, and Buzz Lightyear and Jessie finally get married at the end,
Oh yeah. Forgot that.
which was so sweet. So I think that they did a good job wrapping up their story.
Yeah.
And because I always thought that Buzz and Jessie were boyfriend and girlfriend, or were at
So
least
there was, boyfriend and girlfriend,
uh-huh.
but in part two in Toy Story.
And from part two, they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they finally get married, which was so sweet.
My favorite part, Buzz was talking to other Buzzes. He's a deputy because of Zurg, he's he's our father. And other Buzzes faint. Like say what?
There are some really funny scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of My Brother's Review. Brian, like usual, you absolutely crushed it. I learned a lot. I had no idea about Woody's blue eyes, so I'll have to look into that more. You really picked up on some cool stuff in there.
Yep.
So out of 10 popcorn buckets, what is your final score?
Make like 15.
Oh, this one gets 15.
Like 15 popcorns.
15
Popcorn.
popcorns for Toy
Yeah.
Story
5.
5. Wow. That's above and beyond.
Yep.
Well, you heard it here, folks. If you loved hanging out with us today, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave us a review, and of course, share this podcast with a movie lover in your life. You know me, I'm Britt.
Hi, Brian.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.